Good evening, everyone. Today we are with Professor Chandan, live from the Canada. And guys, today we are going to discuss a very important topic about how to study and work in Canada. But before we start that topic, let me wish all of you a very happy Shivratri. And may Lord Shiva give you lot of success, happiness, and health, wealth in your life. And the most important, my wish for every student is that may Lord Shiva help you to get the visa for the Canada for study and working, whatever you want in your life. So, guys, before we start today, I would like to share some, the important tips and some important information about the second largest country on planet Earth, that is Canada. After Russia, Canada is the second largest country in the world. And as per the Forbes, one of the best magazine in the world, the Forbes magazine 2020, that Finland is the number one country in terms of the happiest country in the world. Finland got the number one chart, and Canada got the number 11. Canada is the 11th happiest country in the world, which is even better than Australia on 12 number, United Kingdom on 13 number, and United States that is on number 18. And guys, as per the Business Insider magazine, for the business and work in the entire world, the number one country in the entire world, that is Switzerland, and the country number two, that is Canada. Once again, the Canada is the second best country in the world for business and work, and Australia is on number 5, UK is on number 6, and United States is on number 7. And now it's time to the quality of life. In terms of the quality of the life, Canada has been chosen as the number one country in the world, as the best country in the world. Canada has got the tag in terms of quality of life. So, guys, today we are going to discuss about the most important topic of the day, that is how to get study visa and how to get working visa for the Canada. And we have Professor Chandan live with us. And guys, today a lot of questions are going to be answered. Example, that what are the different options for study in Canada, like studying private or the government colleges. And there are a lot of other things you will come to know. There are a lot of other things. Example, the private or public colleges, how much fees required, what are the options for the scholarship, and can student get part-time job during study? Which places would be good for study in the Canada? There are a lot of questions in your mind. So what are the questions you have, guys? I request you, please ask all the questions in the comment section so the Professor Chandan can answer you all the questions from live from the Canada. So welcome, Professor Chandan. Are you there?
Yeah, hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, we are doing great here, and I'd say good evening to everybody in India, and you're in the Canada, so you're saying good morning to everyone. So that's
Yeah,
wonderful. Yeah, all right. So how is it going there in the Canada? How is
yeah, everything is
everything in
going
Canada?
great as if now, yeah. Everything is well. You tell me how everything's going on there in India right now. I think everything's going
Uh,
well.
Things are quite well. We can say that. Thanks to God,
Okay.
everything is going fine. And so, Professor, that when you were in the Canada, or like right now you're in Canada, but when you were in India, so people would like to know about a few things about your journey. That when you were in India and the time now you are settled in Canada. So, what sort of challenges you have faced? What sort of problem came with you, and all that things, sir.
Okay,
Professor.
so yeah, that's really, really nice question that you asked me just now. So let me just clarify a few things before that. Okay,
Mhm.
so many people I've seen that every year they expire, they aspire to come here in this country and they try to gain knowledge from the different colleges. Then they get a degree, then they get settled here, right? That's the dream of
Mhm.
every maximum people from India. So why? What challenges that I faced when I was in India? Although I was working on a very good scale there as well. I used to teach in the college. Then I was a part of the British Council. I was taking care of the IELTS examination there. So I was quite happy with everything. But in terms of a lifestyle, in terms of a career, in a better future, you need to think something about yourself, definitely, for sure, right? So Canada is a place where you can have better career opportunities in terms of earning, in terms of your learning, in terms of settlement, and your children and your kids. Everybody can be very happy, and good lifestyle you can have once you land here, right? So there are two ways of coming here. The one is the study way. The second is the PR. So maximum people I've seen from India when I was there, they used to ask me questions about it. That what are the different options to come here and settle permanently in this country. All right. So we will discuss about it. So my challenge was biggest challenge was lifestyle. Definitely, everybody is seeking for a good lifestyle, and
Absolutely.
they move to different countries for the sake of that. Yeah.
All right. So, Professor, as per the Forbes magazine and the Business Insider, as in terms of happiest country, the Canada has got the 11th rank, and as per the for business and work, the Canada has got the second rank, and as per the quality of life, the Canada is the best country in the world. It has got the number one rank. So, how do you?
Yeah. Exactly.
Could you share something? Yeah. How are your experiences?
Yeah.
The real experience.
Yeah, so yeah, to be honest, I would say that Canada is the best country in terms of the lifestyle and in terms of paying to their people. Okay, so I'll give you one example right now. So here right now, the pandemic is all around the world, and Canada is also a part of this pandemic, and we are suffering too. But in this pandemic situation, still the government is really helping people, and you'll be really surprised to know that the people who lost, even I do I lost my job too where in the April month. So the government is paying to all the people who lost their job because of this pandemic. They are paying really well, like $2,000 to $2,000. That's part of the CERB, which you call it CERB. That's the benefit which we are getting. Not only the PR holder, but the people who are a student, they are also getting the benefit out of it. They get good amount of money, and the investor or those people who were running their business, they lost their businesses because of this COVID-19. They lost their you can say restaurant. They were working with the restaurant. They were having their whatever the business they were running up. They were getting 70% of the compensation of from the government side. So really, now you can understand the scenario. The people, if you suffer, the government is there to help you at any cost. If you have a kid, government is there to help you a lot, right? So you can understand what your lifestyle can be once you are landing here. So this is the one of the benefits.
All right. So, Professor, my first question from you is that I'd like to discuss about the different options for studying in the Canada. Like, what are the different options about the private or the public colleges, and how about how much fees is required, and what are the options for the scholarship? Because a student have a lot of questions for you. So, I'd like to
Mhm.
start from the study visa. And what about the study visa? Because later on will come about the work visa and the permanent visa and all that. So my first question from your side is that what is your opinion about what are the challenges people are facing when it comes to get the education visa? Yeah, Professor.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really good question that you asked me just now. So let me just clarify a few things on that. Study visa is the easiest way to enter into the Canada. It's
All
if you talk about the people, like lakhs of people every year, they travel here on the study visa, because the reason behind that, this is the easiest way to enter into Canada. When we talk about the PR process, it takes a long time consuming, you can say, and moreover the formalities are too high for the PR. You need to have good
right.
score, you need to have good experience, you need to have other formalities. So what people they feel rather going for the PR option, so we can opt for the study visa. That's the easiest way. It takes hardly 2 to 3 months time for the processing time. So we have many colleges, we have universities and colleges, we have SDS colleges, student direct stream, and then we have non-SDS colleges, right? So there are many people that prefer to study in the public colleges, because those are the colleges through which they get good options further, right? For example, if we talk about the Ontario, we have many colleges, like we have public college, like we have Humber College, we have Sheridan College, we have George Brown, we have Niagara College, and many more colleges we have. The benefit of these public colleges are once you study in these colleges, you have post-work permit. So, for example, a student is coming here for 2 years of postgraduate program. So he or she will be getting up 3 years of work permit after that. So in total, if we calculate here right now, so that's gonna come around 5 years,
5
time.
years. So
Yeah,
2 years for the study and 3 years for the working. So
yeah.
overall, the 5 years visa.
Exactly.
All
For
right.
example, if the person is coming for 1 year, so the person will be getting up 1 plus 1 year. So there can be extension for 1 more years. That's 1 plus 2 years. Then after that, a person can be eligible for the PR process. So we can process the PR as soon as they complete 1 year of work permit here.
So, what's your opinion about that? The time students from the India are going to Canada, what they should choose? Should they choose for the private colleges or the government colleges? So, what's your opinion about the condition, the education, that the standard, the quality of education? So, what would you prefer? Would you go for the private one or would you go for the public one?
So I would recommend people, those who are coming to Ontario, British Columbia, or different like these are the provinces. If they are coming to study here, I would recommend to them to go for the public colleges. The reason behind
All
that, in the private colleges, if there are many colleges, private colleges. The first drawback, or I would say the loophole of these colleges, private colleges, are that you don't get the work permit. So, but ultimate aim of a candidate is, to get the work permit after studying, isn't it? There is no point of
right.
studying and then you don't get any work permit after that. So, if a
Absolutely.
person is coming here, he or she wants to have the work permit, right? So that's the reason I would recommend them to go for the public colleges like George Brown, Humber College, Niagara College. Then we have many more colleges in the list, right? But
All right.
there are some provinces where they can opt for the private college as well. For example, let me talk about the Quebec. Quebec is a province where we have many colleges in Montreal. So in the Montreal, what they can do, we have colleges like CDI and a couple of more private colleges. There,
Hmm.
Quebec is the only province where you can get the work permit after your study if you even you are studying in the private college. Okay,
Hmm.
so the
Hmm.
benefit of the Quebec you'll be getting up. The first is the government pays you if you learn the French language there in the province. Okay, that's the one benefit. And second benefit of studying the private college in the Quebec province is that you get everything is cheap as compared to the Ontario province. You're gonna pay very less amount of money for your accommodation, for your car insurance, or anything that you're paying there. The third benefit is that after studying, you get a work permit in the Quebec province. Then you can apply. The PR process is very easy there in
In the
that
Quebec.
province.
Oh,
Moreover,
all right. Fine.
yeah.
So, Professor, I was
Moreover,
going to recommend if I talk about in terms of that the quality of life, the standard of living. So, which province is the best in the Canada?
so in terms of the lifestyle, many like maximum people they prefer to come to Ontario and British Columbia. These are the two provinces.
Hmm.
However, it entirely depends on the choice of the candidate. They prefer to go to Alberta as well. They prefer to go to different provinces, right? We have many, but yeah, the most populated you can say the provinces are the Ontario and the British Columbia. So people prefer to go.
British
British
Columbia.
Columbia is very beautiful, so many people they go because of that. Vancouver is a very famous city in the British Columbia, so they prefer to go there. But yeah, if I talk about the Ontario, it's again a good option for this study as well.
And Professor, that one of the most important question the students are concerned in India. That's about that. What about the fee? The how much the fees required? If the person is
Yeah.
thinking about the graduation or the post graduation, so about the both for the post graduation, how much the fees required, and for the graduation, how much fees required? Yeah,
Yeah.
Professor.
That's a really good question. So yeah, let me. It depends on the college and university you're choosing. If you study in the university a degree program course, so you need to pay higher. But if you're going to the colleges, generally the fee structure that starts from you get 12,000 to $18,000 per year. So I can't exactly say what the fee structure of the particular college. It depends. For example, if you study in the Sheridan College, all right. So Sheridan College they have a fee structure of around 15 to $18,000, okay, for 1 year. And again,
Hmm.
it depends on which program you like to study. For example, you want to go for MBA program, you want to go for the international business, you want to go for accounting course. So every
Okay,
course they
okay.
have a different structure, but maximum you can understand that 9 to 12 lakh in Indian rupees, I'll say, for 1 year. And this is compulsion. For example, this is very important
You are
for
saying that
people to
a
understand
nine
here is
to Professor, you are saying that 9 to 10 lakh, that's per annum. 9 to 10 lakh, that's a per
yeah,
annum. Good word. And
yeah, yeah.
is this the same amount for the post graduation and the graduation level? Is it the same amount?
No, no. So that what I said before. That it depends on the college and the course structure that you're going for, right? Some colleges they have the fee structure, $18,000. Some colleges they have $20,000. And now
All right.
it's very important for student to understand is previously we were having this option to pay 6 month fee. So student used to pay six
Mhm.
month fee from India and then come here. But now they don't have this option anymore. So what they
Okay.
can opt
All right.
for, they would have to pay 1 year fee to the college, 1 year fee, yeah, initially, and the rest they can pay
Mhm.
once they come here. And but it's not big deal for them because once they come here, they can get the next year they can earn good amount of money during their study. So after that, they can compensate the fee for the next year.
Uh, there are a lot of bright students. There are a lot of intelligent and genius students we have in India. But the problem is that they are not financially strong. So such
Mhm.
students are always looking for the scholarship. So, Professor, I would like to know that what are the options are available for the scholarship if somebody wants to study in Canada. So, what are your advice for that?
Exactly. Yeah, this is very good option for the students here, right? The government is investing a lot on the scholarship. Those who are really, ignited people, or you can say talented people from India. So I've seen that there are many people who score very good on their academics, right? 90, 95% they are scoring up, and once they
Yeah.
land here, they get the scholarship. So we have many colleges like Sheridan. We talk about the George Brown. They do pay the scholarship to the students, but it entirely depends on the academic qualification of the candidate, and it depends on the IELTS score. If the person has above 90% in his academics or her academics, and he has or she has scored a very good band scoring in the IELTS, let's say as you made around 8 band scoring, so we can definitely, we can start his application. There is an application that process we send to the university or college. They approve it based on that, right? We can't guarantee the 100% scholarship in that case, but yeah, chances and probability is there that they may get the scholarship. Yeah.
And if somebody gets the scholarship, so which the province and the place you are going to recommend for the person that he should go for this province or he should go for that particular area in that Canada. So which place are you going to recommend in the Canada if somebody get the
See
scholarship?
the Okay, yeah. So I like to say here that there are two provinces which are majorly influenced by students from India or different part of the world. That is the Ontario and the British Columbia. Why I'm telling you, because you will get maximum choice of the college here. Right. So let me tell you, there are a couple of colleges. If you talk about the British Columbia, we have Vancouver Island University there, Royal
Mhm.
Roads University. We have Simon Fraser University, which is really good. Then we have Trinity Western University. Then we have Thompson River University, University of Victoria, University of British Columbia. So these are a couple of main universities that we do have list of the college as well. But if you talk about Ontario, we have many universities. Like we have Brock University, we have Carleton University, we have
Uh,
Algoma University, then we have University of Toronto. That's the top oldest university of Canada
uh,
right now, and topmost too.
Professor, student also have one question. Student also have one question. What they are concerned about, that they're concerned about that are they going to get a part-time job during the study time?
Exactly. They can get it. So here, as per the government rules, you get 20 hours of part-time job during your study. For example, in 1 week, you can work for 20 hours legally. But what people they do, I've seen many students around me. What they do, they work here in the Walmart. They work in the no frills. They have many more options to work here. They work more than 20 hours, like 40 hours they work in a week. So they get good amount of money. They save the money for the next year fee. But the province which I'm talking about, the
So are you saying
Quebec,
that it's a 20 hours per week or is it a 40 hours per week?
20 hours, 20 legally you can work 20
Oh,
hours in a week, but illegally more on the
all
top
right.
of that, if you work on cash, jobs, so you can work 40, 50 hours, that's not a problem. But here,
Uh, that we won't advise anyone online on this live session about the illegal and all that thing. So we'll advise only the 20 hours per week that's running by the government of Canada. Am I right, Professor?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All
So
right.
20 hours is the legal way, but here I'd like to say one more thing. Here is one more thing to say. Okay,
Yeah, Professor.
that if you study in the Quebec province, if you study in the
Oh,
Quebec, for example, CDI College Quebec Montreal, if you study there, you have option to work more than that because you just have to go to the college twice or thrice in a day, in a week. Sorry, 2 to 3 days in a week, so you have better option of earning there. So many students they opt for
oh.
that too.
All right, Professor. I got a one more question from you. That that the 20 hours you are saying the per week they are going to get for that one. Apart from that, if somebody that want to exceed that, is there any government criteria that they can request to the government that to get a more hours legally? Is there any criteria to get more
As
hours?
if now there is no particular rule for that you can ask the government because you have to prove. However, you can work full time if you have the vacations. For example, some colleges they do have the vacations, right? For 2 months they do have the vacation. So in that case, what you can do, you can ask for the full time job. So you can work, yeah, definitely full times for 1 or 2 months you can
No.
work. But during study you can't. You can. However, I would say here one more thing. It entirely depends on the college. If you request to the college, if the college approves that yeah you can work more than 20 hours, in that case you have chances of working more than that. So there
All
is no
right. And
standard. And
Professor,
the
that
standard rules.
you, all right, Professor, you said that the 20 hours per week they're getting the options to work while study. How
Yeah.
about how much they get paid for the every 1 hour? How much dollar they get paid for the 1 hour?
Yeah, so in Ontario, if I talk about this province right now, so here the general pay standard is $14 per hour, right? One four. So
$14.
$14,
All
yeah.
right.
But yeah, many students they earn. It depends on your caliber as well, guys. See, many students they are very talented, right? They opt for their own field. For example, I'm an engineer, so maybe that I can get a job working for 20 hours in my same field, so I may get the amount $28 or $25 per hour. So it entirely
All
depends
right.
on your skill and abilities that you're showing up in your work. Okay, but the minimum standard, as per the government rule, is that $14 per hour you can work, you can earn, and if you calculate it, so definitely that you can save good amounts of money for next year as well.
So you are saying that it's a 14 to $20. Am I right,
No.
Professor?
There is no standard rule for that. Again, I like to say here that it's not $14 to $20. 14 is the minimum pay what you get in Ontario. But if you have good
Right.
caliber, for example, I get a job in my own field as accountant, so I can earn $25 per hour as well. I can earn
All right.
$30 per hour. I can earn $35. It depends. For example, I'm a business analyst, right? So I can earn
Uh,
$40 per hour as well. It depends. So we can't bound
all
ourselves with the amount. Yeah.
right. So, Professor Chandan, that to sum up about all the points which you have told me about the education, how to study in Canada. So, the three most important points what I got to know from your side that is that per annum it takes 9 to 10 lakh around. The minimum cost for the education in the Canada is the 9 to 10 lakh per annum, and
Yeah.
the point number two, the people get 20 hours per week to work while studying. And the point number three, that it's the minimum amount is the $14. That may go up to 30, 40, and even more than that. That depends on the caliber and credentials of the students, individual one. So, Professor, the three points points. Am I right, or if I'm wrong somewhere, so you can correct me, Professor.
Exactly, you're right. Exactly, you're right. So recently, I came across one student here. So he is doing study from this college, York University, which is very step close to my place too. So now, from the York University, like she was back home, she was accountant. Now she got a job here, right, as accountant. During study, I'm talking about. She's doing her study as well. She's doing postgraduate course for 2 years. But now
Mhm.
she got a job as an accountant working for 20 hours. She's getting good amounts, right? She's getting $22 something, she was saying. $22. So it depends again, guys, what kind of employer is hiring you. Are you looking for good jobs, or are you looking for low category jobs? So many students I've seen from India here, they work on a very low skill job too. For example, just to survive, they are working in no frills, like they pack the
Wow.
items, they work as a cashier, they work in LCBO, which you call the here LCBO is a kind of one shop, so they work there as a cashier. They work on a small scale, so they get $14 $15 per hour. But many students I've seen
Uh,
here too, what they do, they have their own relatives, they work on cash. Okay, so they don't pay tax to the government, they pay them on the cash. They earn more than that, so it depends exactly what you're doing.
all right. So, Professor, the one more questions I would like to know from your side is that for the education, like what is the one biggest challenge the people face in from India to Canada, and what will be your advice? The most important thing they should keep in their mind while they are going for the Canada and for the study. So, what is the one biggest point the student should keep in their mind from your side? The one advice.
So, as per my understanding, I think the biggest challenge that the student face is choosing their college. Okay, because they are
Now,
perplexed or confused which college they should opt for, what course they should opt for, so that they can have better career here in this country. Which course can give them, PR options at very short span of time. Second challenge was which they get from India is that they are not able to clear the IELTS. Maximum students I've seen that they are not able to clear the IELTS. They score very less bands scoring their in their IELTS, right? 6 bands, sometimes 5.5 bands scoring. Because of that,
yeah, yeah.
they are not able to fulfill the requirement of the visa embassy. So in that case, and many students I've seen, they get rejections first time. There are many ghost consultants, I would like to say, in India. Why I'm saying ghost
Mm.
skill students, because they don't have the ICCRC leadership. They pretend themselves to be called as ICCRC, but they are not. What
Mm.
they do, they misguide students. Like they misguide students just to earn money from the students. They don't give them good options of study, and they don't
All right.
file their application in an appropriate manner. So ultimately, what happened? Student has to suffer because of that. So this is a really awkward situation for those students.
Professor, I'd like to, request all the viewers of the people who are watching Professor Chandan Singh live from the Canada. I just request all the viewers who are watching us live right now, please ask your questions in the comment section, and Professor Chandan will answer you all your questions from there. So I want everyone to ask any doubt, any questions. If you have in your mind, please ask from Professor Chandan right now, and he is available there to answer all your queries, all your questions, and all your doubts. So, guys, please ask in the comment section so that we can come to know what are the points you have in your mind, what are the doubts, queries you have in your mind. So, please ask in the comment sections on our YouTube one. So, Professor, after coming from the studying, I like to come on the next point, and the next point that's about what are the different options. What are and okay, Professor, we got a one question from the Himanshu, and the question which we have got, the question is that, hi sir, are colleges opening there, or they are also providing online classes to the students? Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is a
So
question from the Himanshu for you. Yeah, sir.
okay,
Professor, tell me.
okay. Yeah, Himanshu, that's a really good question that you asked me just now. So just to clarify you, here maximum colleges, like you can say 80% colleges are open now. But as a matter of fact, because of the impact of this COVID-19, they are not starting their classes yet in the campus itself, but they do have the options to start online. So all the students who are studying here and from India, they've got the admission in the college. They are learning online. So online is the option right now. But this third stage of opening the economy is about to come. So in that case, what's going to happen that they are going to open maybe for the students who are opting for the January intake, they can physically attend the classes. So visa process, embassies open now. All the formalities are being done. So there is no need to worry about it. If you apply for the student visa, you can get the student visa now, and you can come here for the January intake. And January, I'm damn sure they're gonna have the offline, the campus classes. So there is no need to worry about it.
Campus.
But right now, yes,
So
maximum
this
colleges they're
online.
online, providing online. Yeah.
All right. The same thing is happening in India right now, or maybe in the entire world, that people and the university and the colleges are going for the online. But we hope that things are going to sort out in the month of January or February, and we can see
Yeah.
the colleges and universities are being opened once again for the offline classes. So, Professor, after that, I'd like to come on the next question, and that is also one of the very important question. And the question is that what are the different options to get permanent residence in Canada? That is a PR. So, to getting PR, we have a lot of questions to ask you from. The question number one, we have the what IELTS score is required for PR, what IELTS score is required, for getting the PR in a very quick process, and that what is the total process, and what education, what IELTS band score is required, and what is the the age requirement. So that sort of question about the PR. How about to get a permanent residence in the Canada? This is a question from some student from your side. So yeah, Professor Chandan, how about you answer for that?
Yeah, so like I like to say that interestingly, PR is a very good option for people to settle here too. Okay, those students who are not looking for any kind of study, they don't want to spend their time on study and money on their study, so they do have good option of getting the PR directly from this country, guys. That's called permanent residence. So in the permanent residence, you have all the options to do here. You can do whatever you want as per your own wish. You can do that. And after 2 years of spending your time here, you can apply for the citizenship. So let me tell you the difference between PR and citizenship is that
Yeah,
on your
please.
PR, you don't have option to cast your votes. So for any kind of a political part, you can't do any kind of political part, or you can cast your vote. But as a citizenship holder, you have the option to cast your vote here. That's the only difference. The rest, everything is same. You get all the benefit just like you're a citizen of this country on the PR. But now there are some formality in which you have to fulfill. PR is not easy task, guys, for to get it directly from India. But yes, if you follow all the patterns, you can get the PR. So the formalities, let me tell you, you need to have a good education qualification. That's the most important component of this one. So education means if you have the PhD degree, you get the maximum. There is a point system. So
All right.
understanding this way, there is a point system. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter, what's your qualification. If you
Hmm.
are having the benchmark, if you meet the criteria of the point, that's called CRS. We call it CRS. That's called comprehensive ranking system. All right. So this is kind of ranking system. The Canada they keep on changing the score in every bi-weekly. They keep on changing the score. Right now the score, because of the COVID-19, because of this pandemic, the score is high, which is 478. And previously it was just for the CEC people. They were not hiring,
All right.
they were not giving the PR to the international applicants. They were just concerned about the CEC, Canadian Experience Class. CEC stand for Canadian
Uh,
Experience Class,
Professor,
right?
we have got a one question. Can we take one question, Professor?
Yeah.
All right. So we have got a one question, and the question is that what are the options for someone who has work experience of 10 years in any field? Should he first clear the IELTS? This is the one question we have got. And the
Okay.
name is someone, the name is a Sanju Baba, right? So that is the name we can see here. So what are the different options for someone who has work experience for 10 years in any field? Should that person clear the IELTS examination first or not? Yeah, Professor.
Okay, so that's really good question, Sanju Baba. I really appreciate it. And so here I like to say that if you have experience of 10 years, so the best option to apply for the PR. Why I'm saying, if you apply for the study permit, so in that case, there can be a chance of getting rejected on the ground that you have a lot of experience, you have long gap on your study. Why after a long gap you'd have to go for the study permit? What's the reason? If you have a very very a strong reason to come here after having gap of 10 years, if you can prove on your SOP, that's called statement of purpose. When we apply for your visa at that time, if you can if you can convince the consulate that yes, after finishing my study I'm gonna come back to my country and start a business. So this how that gonna upgrade your skill. Then there can be
So,
transfer.
Professor,
But yeah, yeah.
Professor, you are
Sorry
saying that
for
IELTS is
that.
compulsory.
Yeah,
IELTS is
sorry for
compulsory,
that.
right,
Sorry
Professor?
for that. Yeah, I like to go ahead on that as well. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
IELTS, what I would say, if you want to apply for the PR, guys, there are many consultants in India. I've seen like Abhinav. There are many, many more. I've seen the consultant in India. What they do, they ask you, they grab you there. You're just like they grab you once you consult them for the PR process. They will ask to deposit the money, 25,000, whatever the amount they are asking for. Don't trap all these things are just like a trap, guys. They don't do anything. What you can do first, you understand yourself, the CRS system, whether I'm getting up to the points, up to the mark or not. First is the IELTS. Just clear the IELTS. If till the time you do not have the good score in your hand, 778 is compulsion, guys, for the IELTS. Okay, for the journal. Those people
So,
who are applying for the PR.
Professor, Professor, you are saying that even somebody has a 10 years of experience, the IELTS is mandatory, the IELTS is compulsory. That's your answer.
Exactly, exactly. So first
All
focus on the
right.
IELTS. Once you get the IELTS
So,
score, then we can proceed
Professor,
further.
Professor, we have got one more question from Sudhir Sharma. So,
Mhm.
Sudhir Sharma is asking that I am electrical engineer and have BTech degree and want to study in Canada. So, what kind of course should I choose in Canada?
So
So,
here,
Sudhir Sharma is in BTech in electrical engineering. Yeah, Professor.
okay, so Sudhir, I like to say here that you have many options. So I can't say exactly one course for you, but you can go for the same field as you are electrical engineer. So you can opt for MBA program here as well. You have MTech option too. You can go for the master degree on the engineering itself, or you have many other programs which there are many colleges they offer course on the IT. It depends on your if you have done mechanical engineering or you have done electrical. Yeah, you have done electrical. Sorry, too. Yeah, sorry, I just got it here right now. So you have done electrical engineer. So definitely you can opt for the course like MBA is a good option here in international business. You can go for course like MTech as well in the engineering, like electrical engineering field. You can go for the master degree program, and there are many more. Yeah, based on that. So you have a lot of options to go for.
So, Professor, like one question is that what is the minimum education required to get and apply for the PR in the Canada? What is the minimum qualifications required to apply for the PR?
So the minimum requirement, I'll say that for the PR is the point system. You need to match yourself with the point system. For example, how you get the points? Let me tell you. You get your points on the basis of if students are listening to me, you can write down if you have pen paper handy with you guys. This is very important information for you. Okay, so if you're applying for the PR from India, you need to have you are judged on five things. No, sorry, four things. Your age. Okay, if your age is less than 30 years, you get the maximum points there. All right, and if your qualification is PhD, you get maximum points. But if on the master degree, you get good point scoring. On the bachelor's, the minimum qualification is the bachelor degree. So if you're 12th pass, you cannot apply for the PR. So make sure, guys, you don't get the points on that. So you'll have to go through the minimum bachelor degree program. So
All right.
then you get points on the basis of your on the basis of your spouse. If you're married or you're single, if you're single, you get more points. But if you have a spouse, you get points on the basis of your spouse. Okay, it depends what her qualification is, what her experience is. So you get points on her education too. Now experience matters. If you have 6 years experience or 5 years of experience in working with the company, you get points on that as well. So there is a point calculation. So I can do the calculation of the points. We are we are the attorneys here, so we take care of we are the immigration lawyers, so we take care of the PR process. We deal in all kind of study visa too, so we can calculate your points based on your CV. We can tell you what points exactly you're getting up, whether you qualify for the PR. But those people who are applying for the express entry, they need to maintain that benchmark, right? 478 points is right now. I'm sorry, but it keeps on changing. So we can't bound ourselves. It was before 444 too. So it keeps on changing. The point system keeps on changing. And if you do not qualify for the PR in the express entry, guys, you have other option too. So don't bound yourself that I can clear the IELTS with 888 band score. You need to have 888, 7 in the listening part, 7 in reading, 7 in writing, 7 in speaking. Then you can qualify for the express entry. But if you are not able to score this much, you have other option, which we call it PNP. That's called Provincial Nomination Program. So there are many provinces we like to know here in this country, like Manitoba. They have their own PR. We have Prince Edward Island. We have Nova Scotia. We have British Columbia. They have their own provincial PR, but you need to qualify.
Professor, if somebody has the 6 band scoring in the IELTS, so still the person has chances to go to Canada?
Exactly, you have chances, but like what you can do, we have two more options. On the provincial program, we have AIPP, which we call it AIPP. AIPP stands for Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. So this is, a program, pilot program, where there are 4 provinces. We have New Brunswick, we have Labrador, we have Prince Edward Island, and there is one more, province. So these 4 provinces, you can apply. If you're not cool,
Sorry for the interruption, Professor. Guys, this is a wonderful news for everybody, people who are interested to go and work and study in Canada, that yes, even if you have got just 6 band scoring, so even in the 6 band scoring, you have opportunity, you have a chance to go to Canada, and that comes under the PNP and AIPP program. What Professor is going to explain you all of that. And Professor, after that, we will take one more question from one more viewer. Is that, and before that, the 4 points you talked about, that they're the 4 points people will be given the marks and people will be given the numbers, the CRS. So the number 1 point you have shared, that is about qualification, age, experience, or the status of married or single. So these are the 4 points, or am I missing something, Professor? Did I miss something? Or these are the 4 points. The number 1 point is the qualification. Yeah, the number 1 point is qualification. Number 2 is the age. Number 3 is the work experience. And number 4 is the married or single. Are these the 4 points, or am I missing something?
Then one more. If you have blood relationship in this Canada, you get 15 points for that. All right.
Extra point. Okay. If that.
Yeah. So many people have seen that you have more options to get the points as well. You can't bound yourself with this one. If you have the LMIA, LMIA stands for Labor Market Impact Assessment. If you have a job offer from this country, you have 50 points extra you can earn it. All right. But that's not very easy to get the LMIA. So there are many formalities for that too. But yeah, these are the mainly 4 options. If you have blood relationship in Canada, your qualification, your age, your experience, then your IELTS score will give you the point. IELTS score, 777 advanced
Professor, can we take one more question if you allow?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So, Professor, we have one more viewer, Sumit Singh. And Sumit Singh is asking, hello, what is the cheapest way to study in Canada? That's the question from Sumit Singh. What is the cheapest way to study in Canada? Yeah, Professor.
Yeah, so Sumit, a really good question. So now I like to say that here, the cheapest way to study in Canada, you can opt for the college, not the universities. I like to say, because university fee structure is really high, and many students they can't afford it. All right. So what I opt for, that I can recommend you. There are many colleges here, right, where you can go. In the college, you can opt for the 1-year postgraduate diploma or graduate diploma course. But here again, there is one problem where I've seen realized recently, is that when they opt for 1-year program, chances of getting rejected, they get the visa rejection at that time on the ground, saying that because what happens. Let me clarify this part. Students, they come here for 1-year study. Their intention is to work, not this study. So government has to make sure that your intention is to study here, not to work. All right. During your study, you cannot work. So you cannot get the work permit. But what people they do, they opt for this way to come here through the study permit, and they opt for 1 year. So I would recommend those people go for 2 years of study permit. So 2 years will give you a 3 years of extra work permit. So 5 years you can spend here. So the cheapest way, Sumit, I like to say, yeah, there is no cheapest way is that you score good in IELTS, you have good qualification, so you may be you may qualify for the scholarship. All right. Second option can be that you can opt for the college which offers a low fee structure, right? Diploma course. There are many colleges they have low structures like 8 lakh, 7 lakh rupees, or even 6 lakh rupees in there are colleges who can pay.
All right, so I hope that Sumit got the answer. That Sumit, even there are colleges, the fee is not around 9 to 10 lakh per annum. The fee is even 6 to 7 lakh per annum. So yes, still we have a hope, but no compromise, no shortcut without IELTS. You have to go for IELTS. You have to work hard, and you have to score a good band scoring. So, and after that, we have one more question from one more viewers, and we hope that. All right. So, Professor, before I go on that question, I like to say that what about the age? How age plays an important role? And before we come on that age question, I like to
Yeah.
ask the question from the we have a Deepak Chaudhary, and Deepak Chaudhary has a one question that hi sir, good evening, professor. My question is that how I can get job in fitness sector in Canada. All right. So Deepak Chaudhary, he's a fitness trainer and he's very good student of mine. And he want to ask that that he's a qualified, well qualified student. He has experience in the fitness field. So how about the job opening in the fitness sector in the Canada, professor?
So there is a very good, option of getting a job in this sector as well in fitness as well. Definitely, it's really good to know that you're a fitness trainer. So Deepak, I like to recommend you to come on the program. You can study a fitness program first here, because what happens, Canada do not entertain any kind of course which you have done from different country. So for example, I'm a teacher from back home, my country, from India. So it doesn't matter what my qualification was there. So I need to fulfill the requirement of the Ontario. Here we have OCT license, which call it Ontario College of Teachers. All right. So this license is mandatory to teach here in the Peel School Board here, right? So in the same way, if you want to be a fitness trainer here, you need to accumulate kind of a certificate from this province in order to work. So there are many colleges we have. You can search. There is a website called ontariocolleges.ca. If you just click on the website, you can get all the courses related to fitness and health promotion courses. There are many courses available there for the fitness and health. So you can opt for athletic clubs and gym scores. You can opt for health clubs. You can opt for corporate wellness programs. You can opt for a recreational centers program. You can opt for sports associations. So there are many courses which you can opt for. And once you get the certification based on that, you can easily work here and earn good amount of money in terms of the fitness.
All right. So, like to all the viewer, I would like to tell that all the questions will be answered at the end of this conversation. Now you can ask us all the questions. We will answer personally to every viewer, to everybody who's going to ask any questions in the comment section. Please ask your questions, and Professor Chandan will answer himself everyone's question personally. That's my promise to everyone. So, Professor, let me come to the next sections of the conversation. The next section is that what are the different options for the work permit in Canada? So what are the different options that are available in the Canada if somebody is looking for the work permit?
Okay, so we have many options here for working, guys. Like many people they opt for open work permit. We have contractual jobs. We have then let me explain you in this way that work permit is something that you can get directly from India as well. But there are many consultants they trap you guys. So make sure do not get trapped. They pretend themselves as saying that they are ICCRC lawyer, they have good tied up in the Canada, and they have they can arrange a job offer for you very easily, which is called LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment. That's called a kind of job offer, which is approved by ESTC here, right? So they say we have tied up with the company. Guys, it's very important for you to understand that Canada first prefers people in the own country. Okay,
All
they
right.
do not prefer the international applicants. First thing, there can be a chance when employer like your resume. All right, for example, I'm running a company and I need a person who who is let's take an example of carpenter. All right, because these are the categories which are highly in demandable here in the provinces, right? Carpenter, then we have electricians. So I need electrician, and what I can do, I can try to find the people in this own country first. If not, so I'll seek the people from internationally, like now from India. So for that, there is a formality. So I need to satisfy the government why I'm looking for a person from India. So in that case, I need to advertise on a newspaper saying that I did the advertisement for 3 months. I didn't get the suitable candidate. That's the reason I'm arranging LMIA for a person who is qualified for this thing from India. So that's a
Fine.
long
So,
process.
Professor, I have a two more questions. Professor, I have a two more questions from you. And my question is that can a visitor get work permit or can tourist work in Canada? A visitor or a tourist can work in Canada?
This is very important to understand, guys. Many people I've seen here in this country, they work on a visitor visa, but this is legally not allowed. So do not work here when you are on visitor visa till the time your status is not work permit. The reason behind that, if you get trapped, there are many people, they provide a job on the visitor visa, right? They say they can work in my company, I'll pay you on cash. On cash you can work, that's fine, but the time you get noticed by the government, you'll be trapped, and definitely you'll be penalized for that. So what you can opt for, I can give you the way. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just listen to me. I'm going to tell you what you can do exactly. You come here on the visitor visa. Okay, so we are the authorities. You can seek help. I'm not saying you can take help from me, or you can take help from any lawyer. We are also lawyers, so there are many people that are lawyers too. What you can do, that you can consult us on that. We have the option to convert your visitor visa into study permit one, or visitor visa into the work permit. So that's the legal way. Through the legal channel, we can convert that into the work permit. Then you have for example, I recently had one candidate. I hope that you're able to listen to me, right? Am I audible to you
Yeah,
now?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely,
So
Professor.
I recently had one student from India. So we applied for his visitor visa. He got the visitor visa. Now he's here in this country. He
Uh-huh.
has good experience in trucking. So you know that people from Punjab, they are very passionate about trucking here, right? So what happened that when he came here in this country, so he was having visitor visa. He was going through many lawyers and the thing. Everybody was saying it's really tough for you to get the truck. I recommended him because, see, guys, giving recommendation to a person and valuable information is really important for us. All right. So I recommended him to go for the license first. Here, you need to clear the license. On the visitor visa, you can get the driving license, like G license, that you can opt for the AZ for the trucking, because you earn a very good amount when you have the AZ license, all right, on trucking. He got the AZ license. There is a course for the AZ license, a 2 to 3 months course. Then after that, you can apply for the AZ. Luckily, he cleared the AZ license of the trucking. Then we converted his visitor visa status to work permit, as he was having AZ license. So he got the trucking job for 2 years. Now he's in Winnipeg. He's earning like I think 6,500, $6,500 a month. He's earning. He's driving truck from
So,
Manitoba.
Professor, after getting the visitor visa, we can apply for the PR after going to Canada. Is it possible? After
So
wishing to Canada, we can also apply.
no, I was just giving the example of that. So once you get the work permit for 2 years as a trucking or anything, doesn't matter, right? So after
Right?
2 years, we can apply for your PR. Yes, definitely we can apply for your PR.
Okay. All right. So, Professor, I got one more next question. That what kind of jobs are available in Canada? If somebody is going from India to Canada, so must be looking for a job. So, what sort of the nature of job? What kind of jobs are available, and what are the professions? So that I would like to know that the kind of the
See,
jobs, the nature of the jobs.
see,
Yeah,
we
Professor.
here in this country you have multiple jobs, and the best thing about Canada is that there is no discrimination. Like in India we have a discrimination saying, oh, the person is truck driver, the person is working as a carpenter. Here, guys, these are the highly demandable jobs. So let me just clarify you, these are highly demandable jobs here, and they pay you really good.
The
Okay, they
driving
pay
one.
you really good. Can you hear me now? There was,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Professor.
yeah. So yes, so you have very good options of earning if you're like, if you are electrician, if you're a carpenter, if you are cashier, if you're accountant, and these are really high in demand here. But apart from that, if you are a doctor, for example, dentists, they earn like anything here, right? But for the dentist, it's not very easy to go into that. You need to clear the license. Maximum exams are with the license, like for the doctors, for the nurses, for teachers. All right, for scientists, you need to clear the license here, then you are eligible to work in your own profession. But if you want to
And
work, mhm.
yeah, Professor, one more question that people were asking from my side is that, to get a tourist visa and to get a visitor visa, how much does it cost? What about the costing of that?
Yeah, this is again very important point, because I've seen the people in India, they charge huge amount of money saying that, we can provide you visitor visa, as if they say in such a confidence. It seems they have their own relative who are stamping the visa and giving to them. Right? They say we will charge you 5 lakh rupees and we can short visitor visa for Canada. Understand, guys, you are educated enough to understand these things. No one can provide a visitor visa till the time you do not qualify for that. All right, you need to fulfill the requirement of the embassy. So that's called VVO, visa verification officer, has to understand your intention first of all. Whether your
Correct.
intention, what people they do, they come here and they never go back. I know they work on the cash and they never go back. They stay here on illegal basis. So that's the reason to stop those people. The government, they have their own norms. You need to show yourself that you are capable of getting the visitor visa and you can come here and go back to your country after finishing your time. So in that case, they check your ITR, they check your job, what kind of job you're doing. They check your account statements. They check your business if you're running a business. They check
Hmm.
other thing, your travel history. So what kind of travel history that you have? You never travel any country and you're applying for the first time in this country. What's the reason? You need to satisfy you need to satisfy to the consulate guys. This is very,
Correct.
do not get trapped by paying huge amounts of money to the consultants. They do nothing. What they do, let me tell you, they file 10 cases, all right, out of 10 cases, and they are charging, let's take an example, 5 lakh rupees from each and every one of you.
All
Out
right.
of that, 9 got rejected, one got one got approved. They will say, oh, we did that, we have a setting in the
Hmm.
embassy, we have my uncle in the embassy. No, this is all bullshit information, guys, so do not get trapped on that. Visitor visa just cost you 5 to 6,000 rupees in Indian currency. You can do by yourself.
All right, 5 to 6,000 rupees. You are trying to
Yeah,
say, Professor.
yeah. And the
Oh,
biometrics,
that's
if you're going for the biometrics, you need to pay a little bit more for that, but maximum 7 to 8,000, no more than that.
all right. So in around 10,000, we can say that you can apply for the visitor visa, and
Exactly.
well, that's the party for a lot of people. That information is like a party today,
But
because
the,
just
the
10,000
problem
they can
here
go for
is,
that.
yeah, but the problem
Hmm.
here is, what are the things they need to keep in their mind before applying for the visa? But if you get one rejection, guys, there will be a trouble for you. So you need to understand. You can write down the checklist of the documents. What I'm saying you right now. So when you apply for the
So,
visa,
Professor, people have a three questions. People have a three questions about the document. The question number one, they have that what documents are required for the PR, and question number two, what documents are required for the visitor visa, and question number three, what documents are required for the study visa. So, study visa, visitor visa, and the PR. They're the three questions people are asking from my side, and so I want you to answer all these three questions, Professor.
so let me go through step by step, guys. So first of all, I'll start with the PR process because that's the most
Yeah,
important part, and people
yeah,
they
PR.
apply for the PR. Okay. First of all, guys, before seeking help from any consultant, I would recommend yourself to go for your point system. Just check your score, how many points you're getting for the Canada PR, whether you are eligible or not. All right. Second thing, the
Mm.
documents for the PR, the number one is your education qualification. So, and that has to be WES approved. So before applying for the PR, you need to clear your WES. WES stands for World Education Services. That's the body who verifies that your educational credentials are really
Right.
good. You're good to go for
Right.
the Canada. All right. So if you have bachelor degree, just go for the WS of the bachelor degree. If you have masters, if you have PhD, doesn't matter. That's the first set of the document. The second document
All
is
right.
the IELTS, journal IELTS, not the academic. Academic is for the study permit, guys. The journal IELTS you
Yeah.
need to clear for the PR, where you need to score 7778 in the listening part. For the express entry, I'm talking about 7778 band scoring in the IELTS. The third
Okay.
list of the document which you need to show that account statements. So many people they ask me this question. I'm working on cash basis for a long time. Can I apply for the PR?
Mm.
Guys, there can be a chance of rejection in this case, and there can be, it depends on the officer who is evaluating your case. We have Ottawa here, so maximum cases are in the Ottawa. They are being checked here for the PR in Ottawa, right? So what they
That,
do,
that
they,
depends on the VVO.
yeah, so visa verification.
You're saying
So
that that depends on the VVO.
yeah. So if you're working on a
Correct.
cash, if you are working on a cash, what's the
Mm-hmm.
surety that you're working with the company? I don't know. You are saying that I'm working with the company. You don't have any salary proof.
Right.
You're just showing the
Correct.
salary, and you know the salary slip can be made very easily in India, right? So now
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
justify. How can I justify to the consulate? I can justify when I have the account statements for 6 months time, right? I was earning this much from this
Right.
company. I was getting a salary, so that's the proof that I was working with the company. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the option.
Right.
And then the next requirement for this one, these are the main requirements which you need to fulfill: experience, your qualification, and then your IELTS score. Your age matters too much. If you're 40 years old, you have very less chances to get invitation in the express entry. But PNP is the option for you. But
So,
Mhm.
so
Go ahead.
Professor, you are saying that one is the education documents for the PR, and second is that general IELTS 77778 in the listening, and what are the other documents required for that?
Then your work experience, like your experience letter has to be there. Then your salary slips stating that you are getting the amount from the company where you're working. You need
Professor,
to have
can we take one question in between? Professor, can we take one question in between?
yeah, yeah, we can take it.
We have one question from one of the teacher in India, and who is having an institution by the name of Eco Knowledge. And the teacher is asking that, hello sir, how can I get teaching job in Canada? What is the criteria for getting a teaching job in Canada? What is the criteria for that to get a teaching job in Canada, Professor?
All right, so let me just clarify a few things on that. Teaching job is a really highly payable job here in this country. All right, so you can easily get. We can help you with that as well. How we can help you in that case? When you come here, guys, doesn't matter what your qualification is. If you are a teacher back home, you're working in the public college, oh sorry, schools, or any kind of school that you're working for. Here, you need to get Ontario teacher's license. That's called OCT license, which is very important for teachers. Okay, you cannot get a job till the time you don't have this OCT license in your hand, guys. Now, what's the requisite for this course is that it takes 7 to 8 months time. So while you are applying for the PR, I would recommend you to
Professor,
go
what OCT stand for? What OCT stand for?
Ontario College of Teachers license.
All right, Ontario College of Teacher license.
Yep.
Fine. So that
So
license is compulsory. If you want to teach, if somebody want to teach in that in Canada, so this
100%.
license is compulsory.
100%. So let me tell you, let me just listen very carefully, guys. At the like teacher who asked these questions for her or him, this question, this information is really valuable. So now what happens? People they come here on PR. Once they get the PR, they come here. Then they apply for the OCT license. Do you know that OCT license takes almost year time, like
All
minimum
right.
78 months to maximum 1 year time, because there are many formalities you need to fulfill. First, they ask the verification letter from your college. You need to send directly to the OCT stating that you studied from that college. For example, if you did
Mm,
your B.Ed from your Delhi University. So you need to
Correct.
ask Delhi University to send one verification letter directly to the Ontario College of Teachers stating that you studied BEd from that college. Okay. From your employer, if you work for example, you're working with DPS school, you need to send one verification letter from your employer to OCT stating that you worked there and what was your level of teaching there. All right. So these are the things which you need to maintain. So we can help you with the teaching while you are in India applying for the PR. We can start your process for the OCD as soon as you get the
So,
PR.
Professor, we got a one more question. Professor, we got a one more question from Mohit Kumar, and Mr. Mohit is asking how to decide which lawyer is the best when they are going for the process documentation for that Canada. So, how to decide the lawyer? Which lawyer
So
is the
Mohit,
best?
yeah, this is very important. So which I described before that there are many ghost lawyers, right? So ghost lawyers, like I would like to quote here. Just give me a moment. The
Yeah,
people
yeah,
who
yeah.
never
Please.
the people who never studied this.
All right. That is
The
Canadian
people.
immigration and refugee law for legal professionals. All right. That's the book, Professor. So, what this book is all about, Professor? Is it about to get a sort of license to become a lawyer, immigration lawyer in the Canada?
So the
And
people who don't,
yeah,
yeah, this is must. So ICCRC through this course, people they get the ICCRC like we. So in Canada, maximum lawyers they are ICCRC. So till the time you feel the person is not the ICCRC lawyer, so
mhm.
you can't trust that person. That's the ghost culture. And 90% people in India they are ghost consultant. They pretend themselves to
All
be called as the ICCRC. They grab your money. They don't do anything. They just process your application, guys. They don't do anything. They just process your application. Whether that's accepted or rejected doesn't matter. Nothing is in their hand. So,
right.
how to decide which lawyer is best? First, to go through the history of the person. If the person is ICCRC lawyer, a registered immigrant consultant in Canada, or what's the credential of the person? How well he is performing? How many PRs he has provided to the people before? All right, just go through that. It depends. So I will say you can
All
justify
right,
this.
fine. So Professor, all right. So let's come to the last question of the day. That is, what are the documents are required for the PR visa, the visitor visa, and the study visa? So
Okay.
that is the most important question of the day, sir.
So for PR, I just explained you before that for that PR you need to have I score, your education qualification, your
Yeah,
experience, and then. But for the visitor visa, if you're applying for the visitor visa, guys, make sure you have these documents. Your ITR, you need to put all the documents. While filing your application. Your if you're working in government organization, so for example, you're working in
uh-huh.
any private or government organization, you need to provide them NOC, which is called NOC stand for no objection certificate. That's stating that I'm taking leave for 1 month from my employer just to visit Canada. Then we'll be coming back after finishing my trip. All right.
And if somebody has a business, Professor, if somebody has a business, then NOC is not required.
Then they will have to show the proof of the business what they are running. For example, I'm running a construction business, so I can show the ITR of that and the bank statement of that, stating that I'm running a business, so I can't leave the business bank in this country. I'll be suddenly coming back from that country. That's the one
Correct.
option. Then apart from that, if you have anybody blood relationship in this Canada or PR holder, so you can get a sponsorship letter from that person stating that you
All
are
right.
visiting that person and will be coming up after finishing that, right? So you can easily
All
get
right.
it. And this New Year time, if you apply in the New Year time, you easily get the visa guide. The reason behind that, the government understand here that you're coming here for tour purpose during New Year. You can roam around,
Correct.
so you have more chances of getting the visa approval.
Fine. And what about the study, Professor? What sort of documents are required for the study in Canada? What kind of
For
documents are required for
for
that?
study permits, you need to have first of all a valid passport. Then you need to have the
Hmm.
valid IELTS. Why I'm saying valid IELTS? Do not get trapped with the agencies guys who are saying we can provide you IELTS certification with this amount, right? Many people they do that. I know they have internally they do that, but generally many people are faking this as well. All right, so IELTS
Correct.
academic score with no less than see Overall, 6.5 band scoring is the requirement, no less than six in any section here in the IELTS academic. But we have colleges in Montreal, like CDI college, that's the private college, but we can, we can accept the score even if you have 5.5 in one section. Overall, six band scoring, no less than in one section, we can accept 5.5 band scoring in IELTS, guys.
Right.
Okay. Now, apart from this one, you need to have like GIC. There's one account called GIC where you need to put 5 lakh rupees. That's your own amount, guys. When you come here in this country, many people they do not get jobs. For example, if you do not get job, how are you gonna compensate yourself? You relying on the government to pay for that? So government want that you should have 5 lakh rupees, which you can withdraw during the crisis time. All right. Apart from that, you need to have educational documents, and these are the only formalities, which is required
Correct.
for the study visa.
Correct. So you're saying that for the study visa, we need a one valid passport,
Yeah,
valid IELTS scoreboard, as well as we need a education documents for that thing. All right,
exactly.
Professor?
Yeah,
And if somebody is going for the, yeah, Professor, go ahead.
and for PR people, guys, don't those people who are not able to score 777, 8 band scoring in the IELTS, they have provincial AIPP is the program called Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. They can hire you, they can provide you PR in 4 to 5 band scoring, but you need to get job offer from these provinces. So what you can do, you can apply online in the Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick. These are the provinces. If any employer likes your resume, so what you can do, you can visit here on the visitor visa, give your interview, get the job offer, then get the PR from
Correct.
India directly. Second is RNPP, Rural Northern Pilot Program. They've started recently, so it's for the rural area. Like there are many areas who are vacant here, right? The
Correct.
population of Canada is really less. It's just like 3 to 4 crore. So in that case, then the government is looking for more people to come here. And where people they go? They go Ontario. People they are going to British Columbia, where population is very high. How about the rural areas like we have in Canada, North Bay, Sudbury, Timmins. We have Thunder Bay. We have Brandon. We have Moose. We have Charlestown. We have Vernon. There are many cities here. These are rural cities where there are very less people. So they have their own PR code. That's called rural RNP, Rural Northern Pilot Program. So you
All
can
right.
apply in these provinces. You need to be very active, guys, online. You can create your resume online on monster.ca. You can
Professor,
apply
I
on.
think that we have a lot of people who are looking for going to the United Kingdom as well as who are looking for the Australia. So we need to do the next week. We need to do one more program for the UK and Australia as well. Today, the whole program was based. The whole conversation was based about the Canada. But I hope
Yep.
we'll get time. We'll get your precious time for the more conversation about how to get a PR, how to get a study visa, about the UK, United Kingdom, as well as Australia, and even some people are also interested in the US, United States of America. So, Professor, I'd like to say thank you so much for your precious time. And so, what is the last advice in in couple of lines would you like to give to all the viewers? The last
Last
advice for the day.
advice I like to give to all the viewers, guys. It's a really good opportunity for you if you're applying for the PR of the Canada. You can't even imagine yourself, guys. If you come here, you'll feel the difference that's in your lifestyle. Earning your kids, if you have kids, their future is bright. Education is free, medical is free here, right? The government support is too much, and environment is really amazing. You can't even imagine, right? So and apart from that, there are many more things. Once you're a PR holder, you can do anything. If you want to run a business, there are many people they run their business here too, like people from Punjab in the restaurants nearby. So
The
this is again.
one point, the one very interesting point you have shared today, that at the time of lockdown, at the time of this pandemic in the corona, COVID-19, the Canadian government has paid around 1 lakh per month in Indian currency. The 1 lakh per month to every citizen, that's a big amount. We can't even imagine in India that the government is paying 5,000 or 10,000
That's
per
again for
month.
6 months time. That's again for 6 months time. And maybe they may extend
And
it now, but for six
that,
months they're paying.
that's a huge amount. If you calculate in the Indian currency, if you calculate in the Indian rupees, so that goes around 1 lakh. So that's the way we talk about that why the Canada is one of the best country in the world. Why the standard of life, why the quality of life, why it is good. It is the best country in the world for the business and study and the work and everything. So getting 1 lakh in this time for 6 months, that's 6 lakh in 6 months. That's a huge amount. That's a big amount for all the Indians. And so we appreciate that the kind of the facilities the government is giving. The medical is free, the education is free, the medical educations, and in sort of pandemic, the full government support is there for all the cities of the country. That's a wonderful information. That increases the respect for the nation, that who takes care for their people. And fine, Professor. Uh, uh, I hope that there's no shortcut. If somebody is planning to go to Canada, they have to go through with their IELTS certification. IELTS is compulsory and mandatory for everyone. I hope that people are going to work on that. Is there
Moreover,
anything else,
we do
Professor, which you
provide
would like?
training online as well. So if anybody's looking for online training programs, so we can help them with the IELTS too. All right. So I do have my webinars every day in India. So I do provide, because I was IELTS examiner with British Council before in India. So if you're looking for any kind of training, we can help you with that. So we have all
So
the
guys,
options for you. IELTS
is there
training.
anyone? So guys, is there anybody who is planning to go to Canada, who want to work in Canada and stay in Canada? So guys, you have to clear the IELTS examinations, and for clearing the IELTS examination, we have a IELTS examiner, we have a IELTS professor, Professor Chandan Singh with us. So he's giving the live training every day for the IELTS examination, guys. So if anybody need the IELTS training, please mention in the comment section below, so that Professor Chandan will get back to you personally, to everybody. If anyone needs that, please contact us. So yeah, Professor, I hope that a lot of people are going to take assistance from your side in terms of the
No
IELTS
problem.
examiner, right? So, Professor, thank you so much for your precious time. We hope that we are going to get you more time in the next week about how to get the study visa, the work visa, and the permit for the tourist visa about the UK and the Australia. The next program is going to be based about if anybody is interested about the UK qualification, UK education, or as well as Australia. So please join us in the next section with us, the live seminar and the conference with Professor Chandan Singh with me. So thank you so much, Professor. Uh, have a wonderful day ahead. Good night.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye bye. Take care.
All right.